What's going on, everybody? This is Kevin Barber with another classic, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 10 mistakes beginner barbers make. Out there like this, so instead of just doing the intuitive things, the things that you may already know, I'm gonna focus on areas that you may not have thought about already. First thing on this list is not having a plan. That's not having a plan in the business and not having a plan with the haircut as well. So starting with the business, a lot of people get into this industry and they're expecting things to be given to them. That's why you have people who get their license and come at people who are unlicensed. Everywhere in life you'll notice that no matter how many accolades you have, you're really only as good as your last performance. If you play sports, you play ball, you do any of these things, like, you recognize it doesn't really matter what LeBron did last night. It doesn't matter what Wade did the night before or Jordan did, whatever. Like, you have to be it today. I'm tired of people talking about, oh, I'm a licensed barber. I don't really care what you are. What do? You got to put the work in. People try and go into industries that have already been proven, but you're only as good as the value you provide to that industry. So if you suck as a lawyer, you're not gonna be in the upper echelon. Just because the job description is prestigious doesn't mean your pockets will be reflecting that. Same thing for barbering. Just because the vast majority of people may not respect barbering as an industry doesn't mean you can't make respectable money within that industry. Have a plan. Don't go into industries that make money. Figure out how to make money in industries that you want to be in. And that's just the business aspect. For the haircut aspect, you go on YouTube, you see a whole bunch of YouTubers, The Barber's Table, Chris Basio, 360 Jeezy, Matt Gifted Hands, Bean Team, all these different barbers, and you recognize that, you know, generally fading is similar. It's replicable. It's, you know, you see the same types of things throughout videos, but then there are differences. I'd say for a beginner, check all the YouTubers and see the processes and see what makes sense to you. Pick one and do it very well. And then after you do that very well and you understand that process, you can check other processes and see, like, how does this one work? Have a plan, stick to the plan, abide by it, and you'll be straight. Beginner barbers seem to always confuse creating lines with fading. When you start a fade, you take the lever, close it, make that first line, open it up, make the second line, take the one guard, slap it on there with it open, make the third line, then you finish it off with the two, right? Now that's literally just you formatting the haircut. Once you've created the line, you still have to go back and take it out. That's why you have to take out the line with what you created it with, because the line was there not for fading. It's there for placement, allowing the fade to distract you from the service. What beginner barbers tend to do is they're thinking about the fade, they're doing all these things, they're moving the head, they're pushing the guy. They're so engrossed in the fade, trying to do a great fade, that you don't even know the name of the person sitting in the chair. You may even forget what they want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just so engrossed in what's happening that you forget you need this person to feel comfortable, not brushing. When you're cutting hair and you're moving through the hair, you're going through, the clipper does not cut 100% of the hairs that it passes through. It cuts most and pushes some. So in order to cut all, you have to brush down the some that were pushed and not cut, or weren't cut evenly, and then pass through it again. What happens with cuts from beginner barbers, when the client goes home, the fade is created with not just hair that was cut, but loose hairs that weren't brushed off. So now when I go home and wash my hair, I've now washed away some of the fade. Some blotchiness is revealed instead of me being able to brush it out. Brushing is the easiest way to figure out what exactly is the work that your clipper did when you passed it through the hair. Zero gapping improperly. On a previous video, I said if you're a beginner barber, you probably should not be zero gapping, because more than likely you are not able to symmetrically line up your customer. Zero gapping your clipper would only make it harder for you to fade out the lines that you created. At the end of the day, the system needs to be understood before you tweak with the tools that you need to use in the system. You know, there's a system, there's a process to things. If you're thinking about too many things, every single aspect is going to be subpar. Instead of focusing on one or two things, doing that very well until it becomes natural, then move to the next thing. Next on the list is going over the same area unnecessarily. You guys stick and move, you know what I'm saying? Stick and move. Brush, cut, brush, move on, stick and move. I think this is what's really helped me when I was recording myself earlier. The level of critique you go through when you create tutorials and you take pictures of your own haircuts and you really sit down and look at the work that you're doing after it's done, it's like watching tape or film after a basketball game. You get to really see where exactly you made mistakes, where you probably should have kept going, where you weren't making any more progress. 9 times out of 10, I can literally speed up a beginner's process by just telling them to move on to the next thing now. Like, okay, the no guard won't cut any more hair the more you keep passing it over. Know the process, understand it, and go through it. That's exactly what the Barber System was made for. The Barber System is a course that I created. Go to barberstable.com and check that out. Literally, it's just helping you understand how to think of the haircut from beginning to end, break down each process to know where exactly you're gonna be going. The Barber System is a GPS for your haircuts. Next on the list is marketing to the wrong people. Get a lot of questions talking about my film work, what I should do, if I should start documenting. Yes, everybody. If you do haircuts, whatever you're doing right now, take out a camera, take a picture, upload them joints. I don't care what your friends are telling you. I don't care what a barber is telling you, or even what you're telling yourself. The common misconception people have is just because I'm uploading something online, I'm trying to be a teacher. Or just because I'm uploading a picture, I'm saying I'm the best barber, right? At the end of the day, everybody uploads for different reasons. For instance, right, you can always just say, I'm documenting my journey. I plan on doing so-and-so. Follow me trying to get there, right? That's exactly what the Barber's Table is. That's what it started with.
That looks amazing.
And that's what it's still doing. I don't upload from a position of authority or I'm better than you or anything like that. What I do is I've learned this new skill, I've learned this technique, and I'm sharing with you what I've learned. What tends to happen with beginner barbers and marketing to the wrong people, they upload things and they're communicating to other barbers. It doesn't matter how many barbers follow you, barbers are not gonna get a haircut, point blank. At the end of the day, you want the clients that you want in your chair to want to sit in your chair. And the story you tell needs to be compelling to them. Next, do not focus on the money. Money is a very interesting concept that I think since we can see it and touch it, we believe it's real. And we believe it's something that we need to attain when all it is a representation of the problems that we solve. If you think of any time money is exchanged, it's because somebody is solving a problem. And the more complex that problem is, the more money is being exchanged. So for instance, let's just keep it in with a haircutting, right? If you just get a haircut from somebody who just knows how to cut hair shorter, right? Doesn't really know how to style it, doesn't understand hair. He hasn't solved all those problems. The only problem that he solved is cutting the hair and making it shorter. His price is probably gonna be pretty low, right? But when you go to a hairstylist whose the problems they solve is not only do they cut the hair shorter, they know how to style it, they understand the products that are best for your hair, they understand sanitation, they're licensed, they spend time with you, they understand your mental, how to make you comfortable. The problems that they're able to anticipate and then solve increase the amount of money that they're probably gonna need to exchange for that knowledge. If you just focus on your ability to solve problems very well, then the money's gonna come. Next, we still on money. Putting money in the wrong places. Putting money in the wrong places is a popular one. What I see people do is they spend money on expensive things and they say, I'm investing in myself. But then when you ask them, hey, what does this do that's better than, say, this cheaper option? Oh, it's better quality. Oh, it's better, or it's good. Like, what that actually means is they just bought it because of the price point. They bought it because of the prestige. They bought it because of the exclusivity. They know that when I purchase this, people are gonna recognize it and not as much people are gonna have it. But for their own personal process, it doesn't really do much. Now that doesn't really make sense. Now you're throwing away money and it's not investing, because if you're using money in places that don't bring it back to you with efficiency, the ROI or return on investment is not at the level where you're in the profit. You're just putting money towards a $150 clipper or $200 worth of things. Just cause it's that much money, then you're working backwards, bro. Don't be the guy that is willing to pay $300 for an Andis cordless clipper, but will side-eye $300 for the course that teaches you how to use clippers. Instagram got people messed up. It's best you know what you're doing than to look like you know what you're doing. Put money into the education. So far, I got like 6-7 students in the Barber System, and it's dope because it's people who are serious about the craft, serious about trying to move from point A to point B, and they're looking to learn what exactly they need to do and find the gap that are within their own understanding, because they know that education is where the money is. Education and your ability to understand and solve problems is where the money is. That's it for today. Thank you guys for sitting at the Barber's Table. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the videos. See you guys in the next one.
Alright guys, so what we have here right now, Kevin is doing a shape-up line.
Shape-up line.
Yeah.
So whenever you